Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to try and explain all the techniques I used when I speedran Supremacy, and hopefully one of you guys will be able to beat my record, but we'll see if that happens. And before I get into this, if you're just here to figure out how to do Supremacy and not speedrun it, then just use Thunder Spears. But the first thing I'm going to go over that's really important is the pathing that you got to do, because you have fog on and you have really low speed. Pathing matters a lot here. First thing that I think about is the Titans already have Nightmare and Oddball, meaning that they're going to be able to approach us really fast, and so as long as we get in as many of the aggro ranges of Titans as we can, then they're going to run to us instead of us having to find them. And so that's why I called this pathing method the zigzag pathing. You kind of always want to be zigzagging as much as you can from the outskirts back inwards to the middle of the map so you can get as many lures as you can. I tried to make some images here, maybe it'll help. This first one shows just the normal Titans, then it shows kind of the aggro ranges that might happen, because you know, the aggro range is a circle around them. And then here are two different images, one where you go a normal path and you just go around the whole edge. You'll get not as many aggros as if you zigzag back and forth and try to get as many as you can. And of course, be wary of this, as getting as many Titans on you all at once in Supremacy means that a horde is going to pile up. Now, a horde doesn't have to pile up as long as you kill them fast enough and you go for isolated kills. Then there won't be a group more than like 5 Titans as long as you're doing it right. But a group should not scare you, as you can still dismantle these super easily if you do it right. All I can really recommend for this is Titan selection. You want to go for Titans that you know you won't get hit or grabbed or anything by if you kill them. You want to try and bait out divers when you can with certain kills or actions. And then when the divers are outside of the group, you can go kill them. And then just remember, the faster you move to a Titan's nape in a way, then the less likely you are to get grabbed. So if you can use the momentum tech or a boost dash or really precise kills on the very edge of their hitbox, that'll be really good too. Next thing I'm going to mention is kind of just a little side note. It's what I call simple hooking. It's where you don't want to keep on spamming your hooks trying to get a perfect spot on their nape or anything like that, because we're going to need as much speed as we can get here, and the more times we're hooking, then the less speed we're going to have, and the more time we're going to use up. So I would recommend just get really good at your hook placement, try and get the nape assist to proc every time, because then you'll get really consistent kill method, and you'll have a lot more speed than if you were to do a giant curve. And that's something I'll touch on a little bit. The more maneuvering keys you press, then the less speed you're going to have. The more that you're actually maneuvering around midair, that means your speed is going down, which means your damage is going down. And in Supremacy, you're really going to be on the edge with all of your kills. Alright, next thing up, this one is a little weird, but it only really applies to Supremacy. It's when you have 1 to 2 Titans on you, you're not going to want to sit there and kill them, you're going to want to lure them to a bigger group. So if I notice I have 1 to 2 Titans, or let's say a crawler just dove away from me, I'm not going to go chase the crawler, I'm going to go towards the next horde of Titans, start killing them, and then maybe kill them on there. But if I miss, then it's fine. I'll just move on again and lure them to the next group. I'm just trying to cut out as much backtracking as I can and as much stale movement, because as I said, we want Titans to be running to us as much as we can, because they're going to be so much faster here. Next up, this is just one little quick note, is in each of the corners there can be Titans that spawn, and I mean really deep in the corners, so just be wary of that. Next thing up, if you know the momentum tech, it's going to be super duper useful here, because we are going to want as many flips and boost dashes as we can to get out of the danger zone of Titans. But because our flips have a cooldown, we can substitute a flip or a boost dash with the momentum tech, because of how fast it'll bring us out of the Titan's grab range or a dive or anything like that. It's like a pseudo flip. So then what I try and do is I'll mix in 1 momentum, then 1 boost dash, then 1 momentum, or 1 side flip. You kind of want to alternate, so then you always will have your flips or your dashes off cooldown. Also, a very small side note, as there are so many Nightmare Titans, the overhead technique is going to be really useful here. Alright, and this final tech isn't exactly exclusive to Supremacy, but it's super good here. So we already know boost dashes are going to give us enough speed to kill a Titan, almost guaranteed. And we also know if we try and momentum from one Titan to the next, we're going to need too many maneuvering keys to get around, and so we're not going to have enough damage. And so what we do is we kill one, we use the momentum to get past the next Titan as fast as we can, and then we boost dash to up our speed one more time and kill it. This is a momentum times boost dash chain kill. These are going to be your best friend for killing Titans as fast as you can. So as many of these as you can do and alternate in, then the better. And that's what I meant when I was alternating momentum and boost dash. This is the kind of thing you're going to want to try and do. And one final note, of course, this is super obvious, but if your blades are 2 and below, I would recommend just refilling. We're going to have enough if you refill every time it hits 2 segments, and we'll have some left over. Alright, and for anyone watching this video and wanting to try this, just remember Supremacy still is very hard to speedrun. It's probably the one thing I'm never going to try and get a new record on, so if you want to go for that 149 and beat it, then you will officially surpass me. I wish you all luck, soldiers.